Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katina and I am the creator of Live Life Learn. I created this channel because I am on a debt-free journey and I just simply wanted to share my experience with y'all. So if you're interested in getting on a debt-free journey and you don't know where to begin, or you just simply want to get some inspiration, well, this is the place to be. So let me tell y'all what happened. So you know what? I was laying in bed this morning, just woke up. I wake up pretty early and I did the one thing that I said that I was going to stop doing, which is a bad habit of mine. I picked up my phone. Okay. So I picked up my phone and I decided to see what is the tea today. And I should have never did that. That is such a bad habit. But anyways, I was strolling through my phone on regret and I came across something that actually caught my attention. Now y'all know most of this news is so bad and it's trash. And so it can really get into your spirit and just really kind of mess you up, mess up your day. You know what I'm saying? If you let it. So that's why I was like, girl, you need to stop. You need to stop picking up your phone in the morning and you just need to do something else. Okay. So I came across an article that sparked my interest and I just wanted to share it with you guys. And actually, I think I'm going to do a little segment on my channel that is called Financial News That We All Can Use, right? So I figured this is some really good financial news that we all can use. I think it's very important to know. The more that you know, the more better you are off, because knowledge is power. And I just think it's important to know these financial things that are happening around us and how it impacts us. So I ran across this article on CNN Business News, okay, and it says Deutsche Bank is the first big bank to forecast a U.S. recession. And I was like, wait a minute, what did that say? And I was like, let me read that one more time. And it says Deutsche Bank is the first big bank to forecast a U.S. recession. So I saw that headline, y'all, and I kept on reading. I got my phone, I got my ass up and I started reading because I wanted to know what was going on and why are they forecasting a recession, right? So we're already in an inflationary period right now all over the world, honestly. Everything has gone up. We're dealing with a global inflation, right? So I wanted to see what's going on with this recession, what are they talking about, and when is it supposed to go down, right? So the Federal Reserve is what they're saying is the tea on the street is at the Federal Reserve is that they're saying because of the inflation, it's going to spark a recession in the United States and that it's going to begin later next year, according to Deutsche Bank. So I was like, let me read a little bit further into these streets, the Federal Reserve streets, to see what they're talking about. So in case y'all don't know, Deutsche Bank is one of the first major banks to report this news. And when they reported this news, honey, the stock market was like, not today, not for me. And them numbers went down, okay? So this issue not only affects just the stock market, but it also have an impact on just everyday people. And I am one of those everyday people. So I used to think that inflation, recession, decession, whatever they were talking about on the Federal Reserve streets and then the stock market had no impact on me until I started learning more about money. Actually, until I became or started my financial journey, I began to really dive a little bit more into finances and how it just affects just myself, like my regular old self, how it impacts my family and friends. And I wanted to share that news with my family and friends and my channel in the most basic way as possible, because sometimes when they be talking about inflation and also recession and the downturn of the economy, you like, whatever, my stuff is already downturned. So I don't know how this is going to impact me. But I think it's very important to understand how these sort of things impact everyday people, such as myself and you guys, from day to day. So let me just give you a quick definition on recession. So listen, y'all know, okay? So recession is a downward trend in business cycles characterized by a decline in production and employment, which in turn causes the incomes and spending of households to decline. So this is why we need to know what the tea leaves are saying at the Federal Reserve. You know what I'm saying? We need to know what the tea leaves are ringing. We need to know what they're talking about, right? So we need to know what's brewing, right? So we know, according to this definition, that it can create a decline in household income. So even though, although y'all, not all households or businesses experience an actual decline in income, their expectations about the future becomes less certain. And during a recession, and it caused them to delay making larger purchase or investments. So although recession, you may not feel like it has an impact on you, it actually does. It can cause you to pull back. It can make you feel uncertain and things of that nature. You know, it could cause unemployment. It can cause a decrease in your hours at work. So indeed, recession does have an impact on us all. So I think that it's important to know what that is, how to define it, and how to deal with it. Okay, so I want to talk about how does recession affect just the average person. So I got these tips or these effects, if you will, offline, and you know what, I understand how they can truly affect just the everyday person. So number one, I found that the recessions can alter your work life, okay? And what that means is that companies react to a drop in business, and what these companies start doing, as during the pandemic, they start to cut expenses, they start to lay off people. You have a reduction in your hours at your job, or you might see that. You also might see that jobs are being cut or eliminated, and some employers may delay annual increases or bonuses because of recession, okay? So, you know, you guys, you have to be aware or make yourselves aware of what recessions and things like that is, what it means to you, and how it affects your day-to-day life, and also your family too. So also there's a change in spending patterns as well. So individuals with less money to spend due to a recession, delay going on vacations, or also they delay buying cars or things of that nature, or buying a house. And even folks who aren't directly affected by a recession, you will see like businesses start to cut back on their spending out of fear, or individuals start to cut back also on their spending out of fear as well. You know, people start cutting back because they think that they may have a reduction in their hours, or their hours may be cut, or they may lose their jobs. So they just pull back. They recede in their spending. Now, that's not a bad thing to kind of think, you know, to start to cut back and things like that. The question is like, what do you do with the cutback? So also, recession can affect the dynamics of a family. So what happens is if recession has an impact on your family directly, you would start to feel stress, the financial stress. You would start to worry a little bit more about your money, where it's coming from, because you may have experienced a reduction in your hours, or some shifting in your job, or maybe you had not. You might see that happening, right? And so that might bring on a certain level of stress, and you take that home, and you start to it starts to affect the peace and the balance of your home. So, you know, the effects of a recession is wide reaching, and it stretches far and wide. And the other area in which a recession can also have an impact on is retirement and security. So if you're a homeowner like myself, you might see a fall in the home values. You also may say individuals who may assess their homes may lose equity in their house, and you may have trouble selling your home if they need cash because of the recession. So the recession really kind of, what it does, y'all, is just upsets the stability of the economy, right? And it really has a more, I feel like, direct negative impact on just the regular everyday people who are just simply trying to make it day to day, all right? However, here's the bright side, y'all, okay? I just wanted to give y'all some information real quick, but I wanted to bring you an upside to all of this as well, okay? Because remember, knowledge is your power, okay? Don't forget that. So I got 6 money tips that's going to help you guys survive recession in an event that it happens in 2023, or if it happens later in this year. Here are 6 tips that will help you survive recession. But you know what? These 6 tips you can use at any time. But you know what I appreciate about this article from Deutsche Bank, or actually this announcement from Deutsche Bank, is that it gives you an opportunity to prepare. It kind of gives you a head up. It's like giving you a warning sign that, hey, y'all, you know what? It looks like we're going to have a recession. We're going to be in recession next year. So I'm gonna give, it's 2022. What is this? April 2022. So basically, I feel like I look at it like this on it for real. I look at it like this as a warning. Okay, it's like giving me a warning, giving me a heads up. So you know what? Let's revisit some things, okay? Because we forecast, us big banks forecast a recession on the horizon in 2023, and we're gonna let y'all know in 2022 that it's coming. So let me help y'all get prepared. So here are 6 tips that will help you survive recession, okay? So the first one is just you want to live within your means, right? And again, y'all can take these tips and use them at any time. Live within your means is number 1, right? So you kind of want to live under the radar, right? You don't want to spend all your money, and when you get your check, you want to make sure that you are mindful of your spending, that you're not overspending, and that perhaps like when you do your grocery shopping or whatever shopping you do, that you may want to look at cheaper alternatives as a way of getting your groceries or getting things that you need, so that you can stay within or underneath your means, right? It's a great way to save money. And then number 2 is that you want to create a budget. Y'all already know. You want to create a budget and you want to pay down your debts, okay? So go ahead, if you have not already done so, create a budget and begin to pay down your debts. So if this recession happens, whether or not it happens, you'll be in a good position to make it through it. You'll be in a good position to survive it, okay? So go ahead and start that process. Sit down, simple budget. I've talked about this before, and I will always talk about creating a simple budget so that you can go ahead and start to pay down your debts. Number 3, you want to embrace a more frugal lifestyle, okay? So you want to embrace a frugal lifestyle if you haven't already, and you want to find ways to cut back on your spending. So basically, a frugal lifestyle is another form of living below your means, all right? That means that, if you're going to go out and shop, for an example, if you're going to go out, your kids need clothes, you need clothes, you might want to consider going to a secondhand store first. They have some really nice secondhand stores, and the clothes are in really good condition. You can get jeans for like very, very little, versus paying the full regular price or even paying the sales price. So basically that's a way of a more form of a frugal lifestyle, is just downgrading, if you will, the amount of money you spend on certain things, right? You might want to think about cutting back on some of your entertainment, for an example. If you have all of these streaming services, you might want to reduce them and cut them back in hopes of saving some money, right? That's a great area to look at to save money. You might want to take a look at your phone bill and take a look at other companies to see if you could perhaps acquire a phone service through another company that's going to give you that same amount of amenities, but at a cheaper cost, okay? So there's just a few ways to embrace a more frugal lifestyle, and find ways to cut back on your spending. The grocery store is another area in which you can embrace frugality and cut back on your spending. You can buy different types of foods that will help you expand the amount of dishes you make, the amount of cooking options that you may have, such as buying beans and rice. You can do a lot of things with beans and rice, buying fresh vegetables. You can definitely make different dishes with vegetables, creating stir fries, just doing a lot of different things that will help you create a more frugal lifestyle and cut back on your spending to save some money. Number 4, you don't want to put all your money eggs in one basket, all right? So you want to be sure that you don't put all of your money eggs in one basket. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to just put all of your savings in a savings account and just let it be just in the savings account. You want to diversify your money and put your monies in various areas, right? So you can have several savings account. You can have an emergency fund savings account. You can have a personal fund account. You can just have a variety of accounts so that everything just won't be centralized in one place. Spread it out. That's what I enjoy doing. I really like to just kind of spread my money out. I don't like it just kind of hanging out in one place, because it's too tempting to just go up in that account and just spend your money needlessly. So you can also get some online accounts like through Capital One, Ally Financial. There's just so many banks that are really good, legitimate banks in which you can create accounts that are online that make it a little bit of a challenge for you to get to your money, but you can still get to it. All right. Number 5, you want to start an emergency fund, all right? Since this recession has been forecast for 2023, there is no time like the present to start an emergency fund, okay? If you have not started one, and y'all already know, I have already talked about emergency funds and always will, you need to go ahead and get started and create one. This is a great time to do it. Just keep in mind, you guys, that you can start anywhere with your emergency fund. You don't have to, start with a couple of $100s. You can start with $20. You can start where you're at, make it consistent, and as you begin to be consistent with your emergency fund, you will find yourself increasing the amount of money you put in your fund. So go ahead and jump into that emergency fund. And the last saving tip that I have for you guys is to find a side hustle to help you boost your income. Now, I have a couple of side hustles, okay? And let me tell y'all something. Side hustles don't have to last forever, okay? And you don't have to really like them either. The whole purpose of having a side hustle is to make extra money. You just simply want to bring in extra money so that you can boost your income and so that you can eliminate your debts faster, okay? And also it will help you increase your savings faster. So think about a side hustle. A side hustle ain't got to be cute. You can get you a side hustle at a restaurant, okay? A lot of these restaurants are so desperate for help that they're paying like $15 and up. You can, if you don't want to do restaurants, I understand, trust me. You can try a Target, a Costco, a Sam's, or something. But a way to increase your income is to just to go get you a little side hustle job real quick. They will hire you up real quick because they need people really, really bad today. They still finding issues with people, wanting to work or hiring people. And if you don't want to go into the retail industry or the restaurant industry, trust me, I understand. If you have a car, you can DoorDash, you can Uber Eat, you can Postmate. These are all like ways to make side hustle money to boost your income and to decrease your debt. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. I just want to drop in some financial news that we all can use about this recession that's on the horizon, that's supposed to hit us in 2023, and it might hit us later on in 2022. I don't know, but I just wanted to give y'all a heads up in the most basic, simple way as possible, because sometimes y'all, when they be talking about finances and stuff, I be like, what did they just say? But what I like to do is dig a little deeper and define what those things are and how it will impact my family. So y'all, you know what? I am getting ready, okay? I am getting ready right now. I feel like I'm already ready. I've already created a path of readiness, all right? So I really encourage you guys to take this financial news that you can use. Don't let it scare you. I ain't trying to scare nobody. Don't let it worry you. That's not my point here. I am not worried in the least bit, not at all. But I like to be aware, okay? I love to be aware of what's happening, understand it, and see how I can best prepare for it, or how I could better prepare or boost my income, decrease my debts a little bit faster. What can I do? Because when it happens, I want to be as ready as possible. So again, I appreciate the forecast now so that I can be prepared before it even happens. And again, I'm not trying to scare nobody. I don't want y'all to be afraid. I don't want you to worry. I just want you to be aware. Remember that knowledge is power. So thank you guys for this quick little video, y'all. It is under 20 minutes. Hey. So thank y'all for joining me. And until next time, I appreciate you guys. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please. I almost forgot. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. But until next time, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.